I have identified the culprit.
My homie reached out to me after I reposted something from 19 Keys the other day saying black excellence is the scam that replaced black power. He said, what's wrong with black excellence?
He is the one out here telling people that black excellence replaced black power, and that's simply untrue. It's like a misremembering, if you will. And I adore this rapper, I do. So if you have ever felt unsure whether what you were taught to value as a Black American is still worth protecting, or if you've been hearing and agreeing with the narrative that being excellent is a performance for whiteness and not a legacy of your people, or if you've watched respected Black thinkers mislabel traditions just to sound revolutionary, this is for you. My name is Ayin Taliba, and I did not enter this work through YouTube, respectfully. I came through the trenches as a grassroots community organizer in direct action, community building, and Black-centered scholarship. I was raised in the Nation of Islam, educated at Spelman, and shaped by the wisdom of my parents. My parents owned a Black bookstore in Denver, Colorado. That's a little redundant. Of course, it was a Black bookstore because they owned it. Nonetheless, my childhood was bliggity Black. Like, I read Hakeem and Grenita instead of Hansel and Gretel. My Rapunzel had long Black braids, kind of Black, that intentional Blackness. So imagine my heartbreak when watching Black excellence as our power source being reduced to just capitalism, elitism, respectability, a grave misreading of our cultural history.
I hate to tell you, but I really gotta tell you the truth. It's trying to move past Black excellence, cause it's all over roots. But honestly, to keep us working hard is really smart. To be the best, but still be less is just a gag and kinda sad. It's a coping mechanism for.
I say this with love, y'all, and with a track record of action, and as a community and cultural psychologist. This is where it's coming from. It's not shade, it's just correction. There are brilliant minds who I admire who are echoing the misremembering that Black excellence replaced Black power or some version of this. But what 19 Keys and others are thinking of is Black capitalism, which is a different machine entirely, which is what we should be attacking. I want to use this moment to cement the fact that the intellectual and social justice movement work of Black American people and those who stood in solidarity with Black America prior to the 1980s are the vanguards of developing an ecosystem of healthy, self-determined, and flourishing communities. The Black Panther Party of Self-Defense, Fannie Lou Hamer, Shirley Chisholm, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, think of Stokely Carmichael, aka Kwame Ture, Malcolm X, aka El Haj Malik El Shabazz, Garvey, even especially our unsung elders, all embodied excellence, not for a check, but for the people. It's easy to tear down, as my former Spelman College professor, Dr. Stanley, once proposed, but what are you building in its place, right? And because if you're tearing down Black excellence without building something rooted in us, you're just creating confusion, and confusion is a weapon of the state. So let me please speak plainly, because I did a video called Digital COINTELPRO where I aim to address the bug in the collective Black consciousness that is operating much like a Trojan horse computer virus. Does that make sense? So Black excellence is the continuous, collective, and intergenerational commitment of Black America to resist, heal, and thrive in the face of systematic oppression. It honors the inherent brilliance, creativity, and resilience that have always existed within African-derived communities, while rejecting the idea that excellence is defined by capitalistic accumulation, elitism, or individualistic achievement. I always say there's no way you can know about the Benin Empire or the Hajj of Matsunusu or the precision of the Egyptian pyramids or the agricultural precision and excellence of our people and not tether that excellence to Blackness. You know, I even say, here's my pocket. I even say there's no way that you could see Black girls double dutch and not think excellence. So with my working definition, my goal is create a way to identify a state of excellence that is not tethered to Euro-American colonialism, which does nothing but strip Black folk of our rightful claim of greatness. Heck, the suggestion that Black excellence replaced the Black power movement tells me that people don't have a working historical timeline that is informing their commentary, because Any well-read person knows that the concept of Black people being excellent predates the explosive 1960s revolutionary politics, whose symbols your favorite celebrities exploit while operating in a way that is antithetical of the actual politic of socialism. And so because these people exploited, influencers are attacking the cultural pillars opposed to critiquing the figures who are perpetuating the very thing that is problematic, which is the capitalistic aspect. Okay, stay with me now. I think it's important to call this piece out, right? The fact that influencers are attacking cultural pillars opposed to critiquing the co-optation from figures who, due to nepotism or plagiarism or straight up brute force, have confused the masses. And I'm starting to expect that there isn't social backlash for dismantling Black American value systems as there is calling out skin bleaching celebrities who go out of their way to claim colonizer ancestry as a part of their identity to launch a solo career. Right? I think Black folk are being more protective over billionaires than our cultural pillars. And as a community psychologist, this is what I've been theorizing as cultural decay. Bear with me. bear with me. I feel like I sound like I'm all over the place, but there's something here. Okay, we are in an era of cultural decay. Cultural decay is defined as when culture no longer holds any value to the youth of the period and is slowly cast aside in favor of new trends. The Oxford Advanced Learner's Dictionary defines it as the loss of respect for tradition, a weakening of the cultural foundations, and I am interested in the consequence of decay. And influencers with no roots in movement work, but at best maybe an HBCU educated, but strong and wrong, you know what I mean? I think we have a responsibility to be stewards of accurate knowledge and information sharing, right? Each one teach one. And because Black excellence is not a performance, it's a practice, a communal, intergenerational agreement to resist, heal, and thrive together, and something that we all benefit from. And we know, because you've had excellent service before and you've had subpar, mediocre service, which one do you prefer? So let's stop acting like Black excellence is a problem. And to be clear, it's not about being Greek, getting a degree, or building a brand. I'm hoping that with my little platform and minimal influence that I'm helping to push back against this misremembering and inaccurate description of what is intended to be our power source. Black excellence is about the daily radical decision to not give into despair. It's formerly enslaved people putting out ads in Black newspapers to find family who were once sold away. It's the Black bookstore that helped to decolonize the Black mind. It's the free breakfast your aunties cook in church basements. That's excellence. That is us. We do not have to look further or dismantle what has worked in order to, I don't even know what the purpose is when they say this stuff, but anyway, there's a quote that says all hands on deck make for light work. And that means that we all have a different role to play. This is a perfect time to contextualize the name of my page, A Loving Lens. The concept is when you're operating from a true love and appreciation of Black folk, that love will show up in your critique. If this message landed for you, let me know in the comments. Share a time when you witnessed or embodied Black excellence that had nothing to do with capitalism. Let's reroute together. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Visit my blog where I'm bravely pushing against these popular talking points. And I just really want to remind you all to say with your chest that Black excellence is our power source.